Bumblebee is the standalone Transformers movie that acts as a origin story, question mark, for Bumblebee, the titular character, where he is fighting on Cybertron with the Autobots against the Decepticons. He is tasked with going to Earth by Optimus Prime to set up a base. I mean, this is all stuff you all know from your years and years of following the Transformers mythos. Hello there, and welcome to another Blockbuster Reviews. If you don't know what that is where I play a single game of Tetris Marathon and Tetris 99, and try to review a film in 150 lines or until the blocks reach the top. Spoilers are at line 50, and here we go. Bumblebee is the standalone Transformers movie that acts as a origin story, question mark, for Bumblebee, the titular character, where he is fighting on Cybertron with the Autobots against the Decepticons. He is tasked with going to Earth by Optimus Prime to set up a base. I mean, this is all stuff you all know from your years and years of following the Transformers mythos, but when he gets to Earth, he is in a fight with a Decepticon that leaves him without the ability to speak and without his memory. So after the fight, he ends up in a junkyard where a girl going through some real 16 candle shit, where it's her birthday, she doesn't feel appreciated, she's kind of a what's the word, an outcast, a weirdo. She's being crushed on by this young black dude who runs the churro stand across from where she runs the hot dog on a stick, and leers at way too attractive teenage boys who are taking off their shirts to please girls who are clearly in high school but painted up like street walking hookers. Anyway, the point is, she discovers this Volkswagen, which is Bumblebee, the original shape of Bumblebee, paying homage to the real Bumblebee from the cartoon. I have no hill to die on. I never really watched Transformers. I wasn't really pissed with the Michael Bay adaptations, besides the fact that they were loud and annoying and dumb. But she fixes up this Volkswagen, and then it turns into this big giant alien robot in her garage, and she befriends it. It becomes a real E.T., Iron Giant, every single one of those stereotypical 80s, late 90s, fish out of water, crazy technology, insane lie, you gotta hide from your parents stories, where Haley Steinfeld, Riddy Reinfeld, I don't know the words, she, you know, has to deal with this creature being her car, which all she wanted was a car. She wished it was the Camaro that she was fixing up with her dad before he died. She gave up a promising career as a high diver because of the depression of her father dying. We're at 50 lines. Look, here's the deal. I think this movie tricks you. When I heard people talking about it when it came out, they said, yeah, it's good. It's a good Transformers movie. It's the Transformers movie we've been waiting for. And I was like, okay. So I got in, and I was like, okay, it's starting pretty good. We're trucking along, we're digging it. And then I noticed something. By about the 7th 80s Sting happened, where they used like 1,000 80s songs. Like, an unbelievable amount when you really think about it. Because it is set in the, I believe, the late 80s. But it's so much 80s. And there's so many nods to specific 80s movies and specific popular culture of the 80s in the movie that it got to a point where I was like, I get it. But then I thought, maybe that's why everybody liked it so much. They were just happy that it wasn't the loud, what's his name? I just lost his name. Explodey McGee. It wasn't the loud Michael Bay fest. It was at least a story about something. And when the Transformers fought, we knew what was happening, rather than just seeing a mishmash of, that was terrible. A mishmash of random CGI bullshit. we actually could understand the fight, and we understand the characters and their motivations. And Bumblebee is a sympathetic character because it's like this wounded animal that people don't understand, and the people after him are obviously cartoonishly evil. But then, as I thought about the movie, I was like, I don't think it was actually that good. I just think compared to what we've had to deal with for so long in terms of Transformers movies, it was a breath of fresh air. But that doesn't mean it's a good movie. It's an alright movie. What's I think the perfect example is the character, the male comic relief. We'll just call it that for some reason. He shows up about a little under halfway through the film. He's the first human to discover Bumblebee's existence. And he's supposed to be like, haha, he's the funny, befuddled nerd who wants to date her, but he, like, has no confidence. And the only positive thing about his character is it doesn't come to a head where they're suddenly together at the end. The only thing about that relationship that I liked is at the end he goes for a handhold and she's like, yeah, not yet. And he goes, okay. And I was like, okay, cool. That's awesome. Because so many movies are like, they manufacture a relationship out of nothing. At least this one was like, no, I mean, all we did was go through this bullshit together. That doesn't mean I'm down to clown with you, bro. I'm not down to hold hands just because we dealt with this crazy secret government fuck up with Bumblebee. But in regards to that character, what else do you even remember about him? I just remember terrible jokes and him just like kind of like revenge, and standing next to the main character while she did things. And then there was one point where he's like, oh, I'll distract them, and then he says halt to a bunch of cars, and then they just drive by him when he like drops to the ground. It was like, so you didn't even really need to be here? You're just kind of here. And that's kind of the feeling of him. The other thing about this movie that I don't remember people saying extremely positive things, but I remember raising an eyebrow when I saw it. John Cena of World Wrestling Entertainment is in the movie. Oh man, I'm at 143. I don't want to stop with all this stuff I have to say about John. He was alright. Like, he's okay. I don't think he did a great job. I think he did an okay job. But, like, I think he did what The Rock did in Fast and Furious, which is like, oh, I'm playing an officer. Okay, I got it. I'm playing Officer Man. I'm playing big shot Officer Man. Oh man, one more. And it's like, that was it. Like, he didn't, like, there wasn't anything else to his character except, I'm an officer and I take it seriously, and we're done. Bumblebee. Yeah, it's better than the other ones. I guess that's my thesis statement. Have a good one. If you have a movie you'd like to suggest, and preferably one that's on a streaming service I can get, let me know in the comments. Have a good one. Watch more movies, and play Tetris, I guess.